A second. Okay, now we have started. Fortunately, this screen is dark, so there's not as much light coming from that. I wish more applications had like dark mode, because I really like dark mode applications. On my phone,
Yeah,
all of my apps on my phone are dark mode setting.
yeah, me too.
I before that I don't know like how I could stand it. It's so annoying to have like super bright light off of your phone like all the time, especially for reading. Like I have a Kindle, so from Amazon, and I use it to read a lot. And it's reversed.
Reversed.
Yeah, so the instead of the letters being black and the paper being white, the paper's black and the letters are white, and it's much easier.
Oh,
So it's not so bad. But anyway, so we've started the stream. So today, I don't think anybody's joined yet, but we'll just go ahead and get started with what we're doing. So we need to catch up from where we left off. It's been a while since we practiced. So let's just do some warm up for a little bit, and then we'll try some sections. So let's start just with the breathing. As long as you're feeling good about that.
breathing. So
Yeah.
my lung capacity
Uh,
is getting really weaker,
yeah.
real weak.
うん。
そう、なんか
Yeah.
すごい大きく吸った時が
うん。
ちょっとこ
広くならないよね。
う突っかかる、
うん。
突っかかる感じ。
Yeah, できるまで、できるまで。So don't push yourself on it at all. But so fortunately, we're just taking it kind of piece by piece, so we don't need a lot of breath. But let's just see how much you can do. We'll exercise a little bit.
Okay.
ちょっとリハビリ. Okay, so we'll just do the S sound, so as deep as you can, and go for S. Let me move my speakers back a bit so we don't get feedback. Okay, ready. So, 3, 2, 1. That's still good. That's better than I thought you would do. No, that's not so bad. I thought it would be worse, especially with the
Oh, really?
brace. Yeah, because you have a brace on, so you can't like move. So
Okay.
that's more than enough than we need for today. So for anybody just joining in with us now, and you hear us making these weird S sounds, it's a breathing exercise. We're just warming up. So if you like to practice singing or you like to just listen to music or sing along, I suggest that exercise. It'll help you strengthen your lungs and let you be louder and hit higher notes and annoy your neighbors even more. So we'll move on to the next one. So we'll do the same thing with just a nice, easy ah sound.
Awesome.
Yeah. Just make for sure to open your mouth a little bit wide and remember, try to just do from your chest and from your vocal cords. We don't need anything high yet. So we won't copy the song just yet. So just nice and low and easy. So you can just follow off of me. We'll do
Okay.
3, 2, 1, ah. Okay, ready?
Okay.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Kind of crackles there at the end, right?
ちょっと人が来たから。
Oh, yeah.
まあ、英語とかで歌うときに、あと英語の発音とかのときに、S サウンドとか、その 今のあーとかのトレーニングをおすすめしますってのと、なんかそれをやるとこうもっと大きく出たり声が出たり高く声出せたり歌う時英語で歌う時に結構ね助けてくれるよっていう話でしたね。
歌を好きな人はこういう練習がおすすめ。So we did so let's move to the lyrics and we'll just see if you remember some of the difficult parts. This one. So time is a valuable thing. から Time is a valuable thing. Watch it fly by as the pendulum swings. Just that little part, that couplet.
In the end の
Yeah. So just after the first part, time is a valuable thing. So from the beginning, I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines down. I don't know if we're using the same page, but just shortly after the beginning. 忘れた。覚えない。
最後のレッスンのあれタイムからだったかな。
まあその前で始まったところでもう一回最初から難しいところがちょっと練習しよう。上の最初の Time is a valuable thing.
Time is a valuable thing. Watch fly by as the pendulum swings.
Good. じゃあもうちょっと声出すようにできる？どうぞ。
Time から。
Yeah.
To explain to the no. Time is a valuable thing. Watch fly by as the pendulum swings.
Pretty good. So time is a think is a v is kind of tough to separate out.
Time is a
valuable thing. So
time is a valuable thing.
Good.
Time is a valuable thing. Watch fly by as the pendulum swings.
Good. Yeah, before when we practiced the S parts was tough for you, but you got the S's, so you didn't forget that. Let's see. Yeah, the next tough part. So what it meant to me. So what it meant to me will eventually be a memory of a time when I tried so hard. So just those two lines.
What it meant to me to上からI kept everything inside and so I tried it all fell apart. What it meant to me will eventually be a memory of a time when I tried so hard.
Okay. Now try it just smoothly if you can.
Smoothly?
Yeah. Let's see.
I kept it. 途中から入るの難しいんだよな。
Yeah, it is.
I kept everything inside even though I tried it all fell apart. What it meant to me. What it meant to me will eventually. I kept everything inside even though I tried it all fell apart. What it meant to me will途中から入って言えない。
Yeah, that's tough. So this is something that I did want to talk about and point out in song lyrics, how you can find their pace. And Mike does something interesting here, the way he counts his syllables out. So we have what it meant to me. Willの後の言葉の発音は何ですか？ will の後の言葉。
Eventually.
So the correct normal way to pronounce it is eventually.
Eventually.
5 syllables, right? So eventually.
Eventually.
But here's the problem. There's a problem with doing 5 syllables. And Mike doesn't do 5. So what it meant to me, that's our E sound, right? The rhyme sound. What it meant to me. And will eventually. Eventually じゃなくて eventually. Yeah. Will eventually.
Will eventually.
Yes. There you go. Will eventually. Will eventually.
Eventually be. Eventually be.
Then after that, be a memory. We're still on 5s, right?
Be a memory.
So all 5 of those are 5, 5, 5. E, E, E on the 5th. So what it meant to me will eventually be a memory of a time I tried so hard. So let's.
What it meant to me will eventually be a memory of a time when I tried so hard.
Almost. Your emphasis is 1 syllable too early. We want to hit me, li, and re. What it meant to me will eventually be a memory.
What it meant to me will eventually.
Later. You're hitting meant. You want to hit me. So no emphasis on meant. Da 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 da. For me.
What it meant to me.
Mm-hmm.
What it meant to me.
What it meant to me.
What it to me.
Yeah, there you go.
Me. What it to me. What it to me will eventually.
Will eventually.
Yeah. Will eventually be. Will eventually.
Eventually. Will eventually. So
eventually.
Yeah, the li.
Will eventually be a memory of a time.
It's every time, like he does earlier, the rhyme sound he makes a little bit longer. So what eventually will. So what it meant to me a little bit longer. So what it meant to me will eventually be a memory. So E. So ちょっと伸ばす。
What it to me will eventually.
You're going. One tough part there is you're saying eventually like you should. 本当の発音を言ってるけど、マイクは、歌の発音をエンファシスを使ってるから混乱してしまう。So eventually, 普通に eventually, right? But for him, he's singing eventually. He's staying low. Yeah, no emphasis. Eventually. Yeah. By itself, it's really weird. But when you put it in the song, it matches. Yeah. So let's try all of it together again. So what it meant to me will eventually be a memory.
What it to me will eventually be a memory.
Yeah. So the third one is a little different. Be a memory. So dun dun dun. Yeah. So that one does change. But the first two you got. First two was fine. So that was good. So the memory is transitioning into of a time when I tried so hard. So it changes at the end. So what it meant to me will eventually be a memory of a time when I tried so hard.
What it to me will eventually. What it to me will eventually be a memory of a time when I tried so hard.
I think you have the pacing of it now. Good. Okay. If you can, I want to hear the first verse. Whole first verse.
Whole first verse.
Yeah. Let's just see if there's anything we need to go back over.
First verse.
Yeah. So from one thing. できる。
歌詞見るとなんかIt starts with one thing. I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how you try. Keep thy mind designed right. Expend your time. All I know. Time is a valuable thing. Watch fly by as a pendulum swings. Watch count down to the end of the day. The clock takes like away. So unreal. Then look out below. Watch try and go right out the window. Trying to hold on. Didn't even know I wasted it over. Just watch you go.
Yeah. So you can stay on Chester's part, or not Chester's part, Mike's part. Yeah. Don't worry about Chester's part today. We're not gonna go super high today. I think that'll be later after your recovery.
コメント来てる。いや、リンキンパークですね。
そうそ
う。リンキンパークの In the End。
と、グリエダがこの曲は自分で選んだが一緒に練習したかった。そう、私も、すごく好きだった。高校生の時代ぐらいが、ミティオラのアルバムが、出ました。そう、私もすごく好き。まあ、私の年ぐらいアメリカ人の中ですごい人気。So I think every American around my age, like, has this song in the back of their head. So very, very famous. So yeah, I think this is off of Meteora album, right? I think. Which album is this from? I think it's Meteora, right? I hope I'm not getting that wrong.
First album?
Yeah, first album, right?
So, Linkin Park?
Wow.
Hybrid Theory.
Hybrid Theory, yeah. That's what I was trying to remember. So, yeah, it's everyone in high school was listening to Linkin Park at my age. So, yeah, it's Linkin Park, like Chester and Mike have both said it's their poppiest song. Like, it's their most, like, pop style song. And it's also, like, one of their most famous, too. Breaking the Habit. Yeah, I really like Breaking the Habit as well. So, yeah. I don't know what's worth fighting for, or why I have to scream. I don't know why I instigate and say what I don't mean. No joke. I really like that one, too.
So, I'm in high school. Just me, so listening to Linkin Park.
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't. When did it get famous here? Like, was Linkin Park ever, like, really popular here?
In the world?
No, in Japan.
In Japan?
Yeah. Like, did they spread here very much at all?
From Meteora? Meteora とか、あと、So, New Divide とキャンセル。
Yeah.
It's song, あれはなんてかな。So, tema song is, なんか、Transformer.
Oh, yeah, the theme for that. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know that album as well. I know some of the older ones. I know pretty much every song on the older ones, but the newer ones I don't know as much. But maybe we can learn them sometime. So, okay, seems like you still have most of the first chorus. So, or not first chorus, first verse. So, let's check verse 2.
Verse 2?
Yes, verse 2. We're back up to one thing. Whatever you're ready, go for it.
Okay. Verse 2. One thing, né? One thing. Why? It doesn't even matter how you try. Keep thy mind designed this right to remember. So how I try. So How, despite the way you are mocking me, acting like I was a part of your property, remembering of the time fought with me, I'm surprising us, so things are the way they were before. You won't even recognize anymore. Not that your new accent, but it all comes back to me and the end.
Pretty good. There's only a couple parts that I would go back for. It's that one part every time. See, yeah, 覚えてるはず。In spite of the way you were mocking me, acting like I was part of your property. I was a part of your property. Yeah. So, I was part of your property. その was と part の間、いつも、入れる。Yeah.
Despite the way you are mocking me, acting like I was part of your property.
Yeah. So that's hard to fix. It's just your muscle memory is on that A. But that's all right. That's not a big deal. After that, there's just you hit everything. I just want to try to make it more clear. So let's see if we can focus on some clarity for a little bit. So from things aren't the way they were before. So one technique for making your singing voice more clear is basically just taking it from normal speaking and then slowly changing it into the singing version. And so at first we'll just read it out directly, clear, normal pronunciation, and then I'll tell you where to go back and join it together. So read it like you're just reading a book and just read it kind of slowly and clearly at first.
Okay.
So go for it.
Verse 2.
Just things aren't. From things aren't. Things aren't から。
Things aren't.
うん。
Things aren't the way things aren't the way they were before. You don't even recognize me anymore.
There. That's good. That's good. Let's focus on those first two, just for now.
Okay.
That's good. So what you did there was right for reading it. So things aren't the way they were before. When we read things, especially anything that's arranged like this, it has kind of a like da 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 kind of pace to it. His rap has a similar pace to that, so we can keep that. So the way they were before is very similar to that in his rap. So you would read it, things aren't the way they were before. His rap is things aren't the way they were before. Pretty close. He just speeds up that second part. The only thing you have to do to change the beginning is things aren't is kind of heavier. And you take a pause on it, right? Yeah. So try to read it again, but slow down on things aren't, and then speed up after that, just on this line. So go for it.
ちょっとスピード上げて、
その一つの英文だけ。
Things aren't. Things aren't the way they were before.
So second part a little faster.
ちょっと早い。
もうちょっと早い。
じゃあ行く。Things aren't the way. Things aren't the. なんか歌っちゃうな。
いや、そうよね。
Things aren't the way they were before.
There we go. That's still okay. That's still good. So we found something, I think. What I think we found was one difficult part. They were. I think they were there is the clarity issue. So the easy way to make that one clear is to focus on the first E and how to go from the E, the A in they, to the W in were. They. You're kind of making it Y. They. And of course it's an A sound, so you have to drop your jaw to make for sure you have the a a little bit more. They. The hard part, and I think what's happening, I'll have to watch it closer next time, but I think what's happening is you're going from they to too fast, and you're closing your mouth on the a sound. So they were before. Kind of makes it unclear there. So make for sure you open your mouth totally for the a, then go to were. They were. That's a little better. And of course, as always, this is American English, so the R has to be super strong at the end. Were. So they were. Good. Okay, try it again.
Things aren't the way they were before.
One more time.
They were before.
So the
早すぎると閉じちゃってるから they were.
Like you have to go all the way to here for what? Were. Were. You're still a little wide, so I want you to close even more this way. Push in like that. Were. Yeah, it's tough, but you're getting closer. So the what sound goes all the way from the front, so what, and then so what, and then is kind of up and back. So you can try to think of it as like you're pushing the sound to the front, then you're pulling it back through the word. So were. That's better. That's actually better. So, frozen. Okay.
Hello?
Yes. Your video is loading. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Are you back? Yes. Okay. So, every time we do anything, that happens. So like I was saying, one thing that might help for you to inside of your mouth to think about how to push that sound back is for the sound, your tongue has to go back, up and back anyway. So just think of your tongue pushing up and back for were. Yeah. That's a little better.
They were.
There.
They were before.
Yeah, that sounds better already.
They were before.
So now you have to put it in pace, and that's the hard part. Yeah. So try it.
They were before. They were before. Things aren't the way. Things aren't the way they were before.
That's
they
better.
were before.
That's still better. I like the before sound you're landing on better now. I think because you fixed the were R sound, your before R sound sounds better too now. Yeah. So 両方直した感じと思う. So let's try that whole set. So things aren't the way they were before. You wouldn't even recognize me anymore. So both of those lines. So go for it.
And not singing there.
Just reading for now.
Just reading there.
And then we'll do singing.
Things aren't the way they were before. You wouldn't even recognize me anymore.
Good. Yeah. So
you knew me back then, but it all comes back to me in the end.
Yeah, the last two lines I think you're good on. I don't think we need to work on those much at all. I want to back up to recognize.
Recognize.
Yeah, recognize. Yeah. Recognize.
Recognize.
Yeah. So the middle part is the part that I want a little bit more clarity on. It's the COG there. It's cog.
Cog.
Yeah, cog.
Cog. Red cog.
So if you go really slow and you try to overpronounce, like pronounce too much, it sounds like recognize. So, yeah, cog. Yeah. So you have the g sound in there. But that sound is really tough to make quickly, so most people make it softer when they're speaking. So they say recognize. Cug. Instead of cog, they say cug. Yeah, recognize. Yeah. Instead of KOG as the sound, it's KUG as the sound. Yeah, cug. Recognize. Yeah. Recognize. Yes, that's better. So now you have to go from even. So even recognize me.
Even recognize me.
That's better. That's already better. So let's try both those lines together, and we'll sing it through this time. So I'll go first, and then you just follow me after. So,
Okay.
Things aren't the way they were before. You wouldn't even recognize me anymore.
Things aren't the way they were before. You don't even recognize me anymore.
Yeah. So we talked about this before, but that's one of those lines where he has this much time, but he has this many words that he wants to put in that time. So this line is super fast. Yeah. さあ、全部の一つの英文一つずつが同じぐらい時間かかるけど、さあ、この線での言葉が多いから、ペースがすごく難しくなる。さ
Things
あ、
aren't the way they were before. You don't even recognize me anymore. これは普通に1個の合図になっちゃう。
that's a little better though. That's still better than before. So you've already made improvement. So the toughest part is just joining it all together, but still having it be clear. That's one of the things that Mike is really good at. Is even though he's fast, he's really clear all the time. So that's why it's really challenging following him. So
コメント来てる。
コメント来ました。はい。
そう、発音の練習、一応発音の練習目的ですね、これは。
はい。発音の目的の練習は、
スムーズに。
smooth pronunciation, speaking smoothly. Yeah, well, smoothly is about two things, I think. One is understanding where and how words join together.
どこがつながってるか。
そうそう、自然なつながり方で、そのつながり方が本当に難しいが、センスが全然ないなら、創造的にもう何もできないよね。そのために、こういう歌の、練習が超おすすめです。自然なつながり場所がいっぱいあるよね。だんだん理解ができると思う。So that's one part about speaking smoothly. The second part is actually mental. It's every student of mine complains about this on the ACAN test. This is a very practical skill. My students always have a bit of trouble continuing their conversation without stopping. The problem is you have to think about what you're going to say next while you are saying what you're saying now. And you have to do them both at the same time. So you have to know what you want to say before it comes out of your mouth. And this part has to be automatic. You can't be thinking about this. Because if you're thinking about this, then how you speak won't be smooth. It'll be too slow. So that's kind of the problem. So, yeah, まあ、話しながら、次の口から出る言葉が考えなければいけない。両方。そういうスキルないなら、まあ、ちょっと口鈍ってしまうとか、まあ、だんだん、なんていう、相槌とか、まあ、まあ、なんとか、そういう言葉が出ちゃう。英語でも、まあ、ネイティブという人も、I don't know, well, like, で、言い過ぎる人もいるよね。そういう、まあ、言語のスキルですけど、言語だけではなくて、まあ、考え方と言い方が、まあ、練習しなければいけない。It's difficult. Even native speakers have to practice speaking smoothly. So don't be too hard on yourself if you feel like you don't speak very smoothly. It's okay. Many native speakers don't speak smoothly either.
ネイティブでも、日本語ではそんなに早くないから。
そうよね。まあ私は全然まだ日本語でスムーズじゃないと思ってる。まあはい。じゃあ次の verse. Let's go to the third verse. Check that out for a little bit. So we have verse 2, then we have the bridge. Do you want to try the bridge? The not the shouting part, but the soft part of the bridge.
Bridge.
Yeah. I've put my trust.
Put my trust.
If you want to try it, we can.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Because the reason I think it might be useful today to look at it is just because how Chester sings and how Mike raps is totally different styles of speaking. So the sounds are totally different. So it might be good to just check that. So I've put my trust in you. I pushed as far as I can go. That's me reading it, right? That's just reading pace. So just to check how we sound, go ahead and read it one time through, and we'll just see if there's anything that jumps out. So go for it.
Okay. Just read. I will put my trust in you. Push as far as I can go for all the.
Yeah, that's all.
There's only one thing you should know.
Yeah, there you go. That's one part where we got tripped up last time. There's only one thing you should know. I think you should know がちょっと難しいよね。You should know.
You should know.
That's I don't know. That was all right. There's only one thing you should know. So, do you remember how the notes go? So try very lightly singing it at the beginning. Go for it. Yeah.
I put my trust in you. Push as far as I can go. For all this, there's only one thing you should know.
Good. Yeah. The pacing and the timing, you've still got all of that.
So next one. So it's more harder.
Yeah. So I don't know if we can do that today. So if you can breathe enough for that, it takes a lot of air. But what it does between the first repetition and the second repetition is the first repetition, he's almost completely in head voice. And the second repetition, he pulls up his mixed voice. And so the first time, he's all up here. All the noise is coming from here. So while you're singing, the first part, the only thing that you should feel moving is your mask, is through here. So it's kind of vibration. After that, the second time, everything comes into it. and he like puts that growl into it. Yeah.
これが難しいです。
超難しいです。とりあえず最初の部分だけ。So, let's try to put a little more voice into it. So I'll go first, and then you can come in behind me.
Okay.
All right. See if I can do it even. So, I put my trust in you, pushed as far as I can go. For all this, there's only one thing you should know.
I put my trust in you, push as far as I can go. For all this, only one thing you should know.
That's still better than last time. I think you hit more of the notes. The end is still difficult. The no.
No.
We stay on O the whole time. So even the last sound is O. I think you went to I or E at the very end. So stay on O the whole time. O. It's just the stair step thing. So that takes a lot of time to get good at, like I said before. So don't worry about that. So yeah, I think the notes were good. The second part is really loud. So
Yeah.
do you think you can do it or try it? Maybe not today, maybe next time.
Yeah. I think, yeah, I can do that. I can do it.
Okay, well, we'll save that for next time. We'll wait until your breath comes back a little bit more. Don't worry about that. So
歌うまくないんですよね。実は。
So yeah, Chester's voice is ridiculous anyway.
Yeah.
It's so hard to match it even for me. All right. Even for me, matching the like gravelly, like growl kind of quality that he has on his voice, like some of it is with effects, but some of it is just him being able to do that. I cannot do that. So yeah, it's anybody. Another little bit of advice out there to people who want to practice English through singing, or you want to practice singing and you're singing along with a song that you like. Don't feel bad if your voice doesn't sound like their voice. They have a studio, they have professional equipment,
Yeah.
they have years and years of practice. Don't worry about that at all. Just the first part is to enjoy it. If you enjoy it, you're doing it correctly. That's the only thing you have to care about. All right, let's go back to verse 1 with a little bit of the time that we have left. So we'll go all the way back and we'll check on pacing. So I think your pace is good so far, but we'll do the pacing exercise. The thing is, if you mess up, or if you make a mistake or you say the wrong word, then this gets out of sync, right? So we have to go back. And we'll just keep going back until you can clear the whole thing. So we'll just go and try if we can pass verse 1. If we can pass it, then we'll pass it. If we can't, then we'll go back and work on it a little bit more. So verse 1, and I'll try to set the pace and give you an example. So I'll do like 3 lines and show you the pace that I want you to meet, and then I want you to copy my pace and then do the whole verse if you can.
GreedZzが3ライン読んで、
そのペースのままで、
僕が、
はい、
全部。
はい。バース1だけやってみ。合格できれば、まあ別に進みます。
Okay.
So it'll just be normal, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So if I'm too slow or too fast, I'll try to adjust it. So I'll find the pace, then you just follow me. Let's see. So, one thing, I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard you try. Keep that in mind. I designed this rhyme to explain in due time all I know. そのペースで。
One thing, I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard you try. Keep thy mind. Design this rhyme to explain due time. All I know. Time is a variable thing. Watch fly by as the pendulum swings. Watch come down to the end of the day. The clock takes life away. So rail, then look out below. Watch time go right out the window. Trying to hold on. Didn't even know I wasted it all. Just watch you go.
That was pretty good. There were only 3 places. Just 3 places that... Yeah, that's it. So... Right at the end, I wasted it all just to watch you go. You stopped a little bit right before watch you go because I think you were thinking about what's the timing for this? Is the timing right or not? So that was just one of them, but only 3 places. That's not bad. So let's go again, and I'll mark the places and we'll go back through them. So just 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So whenever you're ready, go through again.
I rested low. I rested low. Just watch you go. 最初からだっけね。
Yes.
考えることがいっぱいだ。
Yeah.
And then it's the way. One thing, I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard you try. Keep thy mind. Design this rhyme to explain due time. All I know, time as a variable thing. Watch fly by as the pendulum swings. Watch count down to the end of the day. The clock takes away. So then look out below. Watch time go right out the window. Trying to hold on. Didn't even know I wasted it all. But I watch you go.
Good. So. No. It's all right. Your strategy at the end there was fine. You missed the word a little bit. I wasted it all just to watch you go. But the word was a little off, but you kept your timing, and that was our focus. So that's fine. The 2 places that were kind of roughed were to explain in due time. So keep that in mind. I designed this rhyme to explain in due time. That one's tough. I think what's happening is from this rhymeからto explain in due のつながりでちょっと難しい。So from I designed all the way to all I know, there's no stop. It's just as fast as you can on pace. So I designed this rhyme to explain in due time, all like in one breath.
I designed this rhyme to explain due time.
That's better. Yes, that's the pace you want. Good.
Keep that in mind. I designed this rhyme to explain due time.
That's better. That's already better. So the other really hard one is where he kind of breaks his own pace. So it's natural for that to be super difficult. End of the day, the clock ticks life away. There's so many, like, especially D sounds. The end of the day, end of the day, end of the day, end of the day. Yeah. So it's watch it count down to the end of the day, the clock ticks life away. It's so unreal.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
The clock ticks life away, that's one day. Watch count down to the end of the day, the clock ticks life away.
That's closer. So the clock の後がちょっと止まっちゃう. So the clock ticks is all together. The clock ticks life away.
The clock ticks life away.
Yeah.
The clock ticks life away.
So it's really tough because you go from the end of the day, the clock ticks life away, no stop at all. So just think of from so the end of the day, the clock takes life away. So from the から life まで一つの言葉にする。
The end of the day, the end of the day, and
The end of the day, the clock takes life away. One word.
one word で。これめっちゃ難しいな。
Yeah.
The end of the day, the end of the day, the clock takes life away.
That's good. Yeah.
The end of the day, the end of the day, the clock takes life away.
So the only part we need to emphasize at all is day. So watch it count down to the end of the day, the clock ticks life away.
上がるところでいいだっけ
Yeah.
Watch count down to the end of the day, end of day, the end of the
Yeah,
day,
that's fine.
The clock takes life away. Watch count down to the end of the day, the clock takes life away.
That's close. You're much closer now. So, but yeah, doing all that in one word is rough. So the end of the yeah, it's all the same note. The end of the day, yeah, a little up on day,
End of the day,
and then the clock ticks life away. That goes up and then down at the end.
clock takes life away. End of the day, the clock takes life away.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. So let's try the last part there. Trying to hold on, but didn't or didn't, depending on what you choose. Trying to hold on, but didn't even know I wasted it all. So all that is just joined together. But didn't even know I wasted it all. Try.
Didn't even know.
Trying to hold on. Ka.
Trying to hold on. Trying to hold on. Didn't even know. Didn't even know I wasted it all.
This part is odd for pacing because this is a transition from one pattern to the end of the verse. So every time he does that, right before the end of the verse, he changes the pattern. He slows it down and breaks it. So instead of didn't even know I wasted it all, just watch. It's not like that. It's not all together. So trying to hold on, but didn't even know I wasted it all. Da 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 da. Instead of da 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 da. Everything the same. It's different here. Dun dun da da. Wasted it all.
Trying to hold on. Didn't even know I wasted it all. Just watch you go.
Yeah, that's better. So I wasted it all. So all の後すぐ just to watch. Just to watch.
Just watch.
Yeah, so just to watch が繋がってるけど、その後、まあ、分けてる感じで。So I wasted it all just to watch you go.
I wasted it all. Just watch. I wasted it all. Just watch you go.
And Chester's part stays down. He doesn't do the watch you go. No, he goes watch you go.
Watch you go.
Yeah, so you don't have to go up on that. So let's try that one more time. So trying to hold on, but didn't even know I wasted it all just to watch you go.
Okay. Trying to hold on, didn't even know I wasted it all. Just watch you go.
Yeah, good. That's already better. Good. So, chat. I didn't check chat for a little bit. Sorry, chat. So, yeah.
ちょっと Can I go to bathroom?
Yeah, sure. We just do 1 hour, or are you feeling okay? Are you feeling strong?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay, maybe short break, and then we'll do 30 more minutes.
Okay.
Okay. So we'll take a quick break. So, chat, if you have any questions, comments, or anything for me that you would like to say, we can chat a little bit now. So, as I said, I've been listening to this band since I was in high school. And of course, always like hearing their songs and kind of memorizing them in the background, but I didn't start practicing singing their songs until much, much later. So recently, ever since I moved to Japan about 6 years ago, ちょっと6年、7年間、7年間になったな。7年間前、日本に越して、もっと歌の練習に、興味になりました。特に、第二言語が、発音が上手くなるために、歌う練習に興味になりました。もちろん、私、普通に、英語の先生の仕事してるけど、まあ、私の普通の生徒も、高校生ぐらいの生徒も、歌ってもいいかな、英語の発音のために。だけど、みんながすごく恥ずかしくて、一つの授業で40人いるから、普通の授業で無理ですけど、自分でだんだん興味あれば、特に海外の音楽に興味あれば、発音の練習するのために歌をおすすめです。So, my friend Miss Sake, who we played Gunfire with, asked me, what kind of Japanese songs do I sing? And
Japanese songs.
yeah, so there's a few different styles. Some of the bands that I like are there's a couple old like heavy rock songs by Gact that I like. I like High and Mighty Color. I don't know if anybody even knows who they are. Do you happen to know who they? Yeah, High and Mighty Color. 一番有名な曲は、ブリーチのオープニングだった。一連の花の歌がすごく有名だった。Other than them, I also like Overworld. The seatbelts aren't really all Japanese. It's a group, like an orchestra. And they do jazz and blues. Their most famous one is from the Cowboy Bebop soundtrack, The Real Folk Blues. 多分誰でもアニメ見てる人が聞いたことあると思う。So songs like that. Recently, I've tried to learn a little bit more pop or like mainstream, like Hyde or like Larkin CL. So those kind of stuff too. But yeah, so Hyde has a very specific voice. His voice is hard to copy, so it's interesting to me. So every time I try to learn a new voice in Japanese, I feel like my pronunciation gets a little better. So, but yeah. So, ヨヨさんは、好きな NBA チームがありますか？難しいわ。最近はあまりバスケ見ないけど、特に、子供の時は、父さんがすごく好きだったと、もちろん自分の州のチームが、応援しなければいけないけど、ケンタッキーのチームがすごい強い。ケンタッキーワイルドキャッツは、色が、白と青と、動物は、ワイルドキャットと、動物で。So, other than the Kentucky Wildcats, もちろん、すごい元の、シカゴブルズ。So, ブルズの、Michael Jordan team. Yeah, his team when they were at their strongest. So my dad always watched basketball when I was younger, and so I always saw it. So yeah, I like my hometown team, my home state team, the Kentucky Wildcats. So I don't know. Do you watch any sports at all?
Yeah, no.
Just esports, right?
Yeah, right.
So okay, we'll use that then. What's your favorite esports team? In any game at all.
Any game?
Yeah.
My favorite esports team.
Hmm.
Optic.
Optic.
Optic Gaming. And then 100 Thieves.
100 Thieves. Yeah. So Hiko is still on that team, right?
Yes. From
Valorant. Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I like their design.
Yeah. The brand design. Yeah.
あとはなんだろ 106.
Who's the owner?
His name is Nate Shot.
Oh, yeah, of course,
Yeah,
of course, yeah.
He was so professional Call of Duty player.
Yeah.
Then he was special. So yeah. After that, he made 106. Let's go.
I think for me, maybe the first team I can say, the first real esports team that I followed that was not Left 4 Dead, outside of Left 4 Dead, because I was in Left 4 Dead, so I had to follow all those teams. But Dota 2, actually, Navi.
Navi.
Yeah. So old Navi Dota 2 team was really fun to watch. They're really interesting, and they're really good guys too. Like, they're really passionate. So I liked watching Navi at the Dota International. They made lots of crazy plays.
So the team color is yellow?
Yeah, yellow and blue, I think.
Blue.
Maybe. I'll have to check that again. I don't remember. If anybody in the chat happens to know what colors Navi were, let us know, please.
Yeah, I watched Navi in Halo tournament.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't remember if they were always a gaming brand or if they were just one game and then they spread. I don't remember how that happened. Maybe they were just Dota 2 at first and then made more teams, but I don't remember.
Dota 2.
Yeah.
Navi.
Yeah, what are their colors? I thought it was yellow and blue.
Yellow and black.
Yellow and black. Okay. Got it. Oh, I think Greed had to drop again. Again? Mata na. So I think Miss Sake asked you a question, Greed.
なんでこの曲選んだんですか？
Uh.
昔から聴いてるから大好きだ。リンキンパークが大好きです。
そう。
中学校からずっと聴いてる。
中学校からじゃあ中学校のグリードがそういう歌に聞くが見えない。
Yeah, so yeah, I said it before, so just me.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Linkin Park and so I've never listened Japanese songs. なんかずっと聞いてたのはなんだろう。Linkin Park, Sum 41.
Yeah.
41 and then Paramore とか。
ああ、その時代私よく知ってる。
何年代っていうんだろうな、そのロックの。
ぴったり高校生の気持ちの歌がそのアルバムがいっぱい出た。Yeah, yeah. But back when she was still more punk, she became really pop after that.
Yeah, pop.
Yeah. So I liked it more when she was more punk, but that's just me. All right, let's get back to practice. So I think we can get through the other two verses. So let's hit verse 1 more time, see if we can get rid of all of the out of pace places. So yeah, let's see, one thing, I don't know why, it doesn't even matter how hard you try, keep that in mind and design this rhyme. So da 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 da. Okay, whenever you're ready at that pace.
Okay. Verse 1. That pace ね。詰まったところは I wasted a road. I wasted a road just watch you go. It's the way. One thing, I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard you try. Keep thy mind, design this rhyme to expand your time. Oh, I know. Time is a valuable thing. Watch fly by as a pendulum swing. Watch count down to the end of the day. The clock takes life away. So, real. Then look out below. Watch time go right out the window. Trying to hold on. Didn't even know I wasted it all. Just watch you go.
Good. You fixed a couple places. There's only one that I think still stays. It's the clock. I think what's happening is the word ticks has the S on the end of it, and you're taking that S and you're putting it on clock. So you're saying the clock's ticks. Yeah, the clock's ticks. Yeah. So I think you're trying to join the two words together and you're thinking of the S sound.
考えてたら。
そう。特にクロックの言い方では自然には S の音がつながるから、もうクロックスが普通に言えるから言っちゃうと思う。The clock ticks. The clock ticks. So the clock.
The
Clock. The clock ticks.
End of the day, the clock ticks right away. So,
ああ、そっか。わかった。T の音の準備するために S に似てるところに動いちゃう。So, clock から T まで。
clock?
So, your tongue gets really close to where an S sound would be to prepare for the T after the K. So, you're transitioning. So, like, let's say K is here and T is here. S is here. So you have to go through S to get to T. Yeah. So I think you're just hitting it.
The clock ticks life away.
The clock takes life away. And the hardest part about it is that part is just after a really hard part. So your mouth is already moving really fast. So watch it count down to the end of the day. The clock takes life away. Go for it.
Watch count down to the end of the day. The clock ticks life away. It's so maybe.
I heard a little bit of an S still. Yeah, just a little bit of an S. It was less that time.
To the end of the day, the clock ticks life away. The clock ticks life away.
There's the first time it was like 50% of an S, and then that time it was like 25% of an S. So you're reducing it.
Watch count down to the end of the day. The clock ticks life away. The clock ticks.
The clock ticks. The clock ticks.
The clock ticks life away. Watch count down to the end of the day. The clock ticks life away.
There you go. That's better. You got it. So I think we've identified one tough part. So that's just one part. So I think we've gotten rid of the others. So I think that's good enough to move on for now. So let's try verse 2. So same pace, and we'll do the same thing. Just try to get through it, and any of the rough spots we'll go back and kind of hammer out. So just the same pace as
One thing, I don't know why, it doesn't even matter how hard you try. Keep thy mind designed this right to act. Oh, shit.
That's okay. Try again.
I don't know why, it doesn't even matter how hard you try. Keep thy mind designed this right to remember so hard I try. So hard, despite the way you are marking me, acting like as a party of property. Remembering of the time for with me, I'm surprising God. So things out where the war before. You wouldn't even recognize me anymore. Now that I knew back then, but it all comes back to me and the end.
So you did recognize better this time. So you already started to fix that. That was good. We still have the apart issue. Yeah. But I think that's long-term problem. So we'll kind of smooth over that for now. Let's see. In spite of the way you were mocking me, I think it was you started to slow down a little bit there. Just a little bit. So let's try that part again. So, in spite of the way you were mocking me, acting like I was part of your property.
in spite of where you are, in spite of way, in spite of where you are, in spite of way, in spite of where you are in spite of where you are marking me, acting like as a part of your property.
So one thing I want to go back and close to the beginning of that, the in there, I'm not hearing. You're kind of going over it. You're skipping it a little bit. So let's slow down, and let's do the reading exercise again. So, in spite of the way you were mocking me, acting like I was part of your property. どうぞ。
In spite of the way you are mocking me. In spite of the way you are mocking me, acting like I was part of your property.
Good. That's better. So that the needs to be there. It's really hard to push it in there, but it's in spite of the way, other way. So the way that we fit it in there, the way that Mike fits it in there, is he makes all of those sounds shorter. He drops some sounds and he joins them all together. So instead of, it's just other way. In spite of the way, other way. Spite. So spite the way. So it's not spite, it's spite the. Yeah. In spite of the way. In spite of the way. And as always, with American English, our T's, we make them softer into D, right. So in spite of the way. In spite of the way.
In spite of what? In spite the way.
So the hard part on that is going to be making the S clear. So in spite, the SP has to come out. In spite of the way. In spite of the way.
In spite the way.
That's good. So now let's try it again. So in spite of the way you were mocking me, acting like I was part of your property.
In spite of the way. In spite of the way you're mocking me, act like as a part of your property. あれ
入れちゃった。
Acting like I was part of your property.
Yes. I think that's long-term problem, so don't worry about that. So I think we got a little better on that. So let's try that whole verse one more time. So verse 2, one more time. Da. Whenever you're ready.
In spite of the way you're mocking me. Okay. One thing, I don't know why, it doesn't even matter how you try. Keep thy mind designed just trying to remember so how I try. So in spite of the way you're mocking me, acting like I was a part of your. Don't know.
Yeah, you did, but that's okay. You start in spite of the way. In spite of the way から。どうぞ。
In spite of the way you are mocking me, acting like I was a property, remembering all the time for with me, I'm surprising gas, so things are the way they were before. You will never recognize me anymore. Now that's a new accent, but it all comes back to me and the end.
Good. You have the last two lines down pretty well with how he says that and how you pace that. So that's looking really good. The recognize you're still processing. I think you're still thinking about it. So that's still tough. That'll just take some time to practice. The tough part I think is always going to be in spite of the way you were mocking me, acting like I was part of your property. That's, I think, will forever be the tough part of this for you.
Yes.
So, but that's a hard part. So, yeah, we'll just practice it a little bit more. next time. We'll rest on it this time. I don't want to hit it too hard in one session. So let's see. Let's do the pre-chorus right after that. You kept everything inside. So since it's short, just read it in a normal reading voice first, and then we'll go through it. So you kept cut up.
Chorus.
Yeah, pre-chorus.
I kept everything.
Hmm.
Reading.
Yeah.
I kept everything inside, and even though I tried, it all fell apart. What it meant to me will eventually be a memory of a time. A memory of a time when I tried so hard.
Good. Yeah. When you're just reading again, it's hard to remember the original pronunciation, like the normal word pronunciation.
Yeah.
You want to read it like you sing it.
Eventually.
Yeah. So even when you're reading it, people don't say eventually. It's too much even for normal people. So most people just say eventually. Yeah. But when he's singing it, it's eventually. So the emphasis, the emphasis is just different. So just for reading it, it's I kept everything inside, and even though I tried, it all fell apart. What it meant to me will eventually be a memory of a time when I tried so hard. So now singing. Yeah. So you can just, without, I won't give you an example before. Let's just see you on your own. In pace. So da 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 da.
What it to me eventually be a memory. I kept everything inside. I kept everything inside. I kept everything inside even though I tried. I kept everything inside, and even though I tried, it all fell apart. What it to me will eventually be a memory of time when I tried so hard. So kept everything.
Do you want to go again? Okay.
I kept everything inside, and even though I tried, it all fell apart. What it to me will eventually be a memory of a time I tried so hard.
That's pretty good. Your emphasis was correct.
Really?
Yeah, really. Yeah, that was really good for the emphasis. So you got the Lee emphasis correct that time. So do it that way. So そのままでいいよ. So I'll go through it once, and then you go through it one more time, and then we'll try to pick out little things to fix. So I kept everything inside, and even though I tried, it all fell apart. What it meant to me will eventually be a memory of a time when I tried so hard. どうぞ。
I kept everything inside, and even though I tried, it all fell apart. What it to me will eventually be a memory of a time. A memory of a time when I tried so hard.
That was great up until you stopped. Just try not to stop.
Okay.
That's the only thing. Yeah, that was good. Let's try one more time.
Okay. I kept everything inside, and even though I tried, it all fell apart. What it to me will eventually be a memory of a time when I tried so hard.
Yeah, good. That's pretty good. That's better than lots better than before. So you've got the pace, and I think that part is more difficult for you going slow. When you go fast, you do it right. When you're going slower, I think you get confused. Yeah. The emphasis gets confused when you go slow. That's understandable. So we'll just practice that full speed every time, and it'll be easier, I think. そうね。いや、私の英語の授業でも、すごくクリアと、正しい発音がゆっくりが言うことはすごい難しい。すぐ不自然になってしまう。 多分みんな聞いたことあると思うけど、英語の聞く練習の、CD プレイヤーが使うやつは、例えば、Tom met Mary for lunch on Thursday.
あ
What did Tom say to Mary when they met? Like, すごく不自然で、だけどみんながそういうアナウンスの人がそういう言い方使うから、みんなの生徒たちに、いやいや、その言い方が全然不自然ですよ。こういうペースとイントネーション使ってください。It's hard to fix that because they hear that all the time of like really slow and clear. It's like, nobody talks like that. That's not a human. That is a robot.
あ、I know, I know.
It's,
just Japan?
Hmm?
So, なんだろう。So, other country, so, how about other country? When testing?
Yeah. So it depends, but a lot of countries are like that. It's mostly a problem in Asia, though. So, for example, the reason is that the English level in Asia is relatively low in some places. There, of course, there are some places in China where the level is really high, but there's also places that are really low too. Whereas in Europe, their English education is really high level, and they're really good at English. So they don't need simple English after they become like 中学生 or even 小学生. They can start listening to native speaker speed like normally. But in Japan, for example, even high school students sometimes have difficulty catching full speed. So a lot of the recordings that you hear for testing here, they're that kind of slow, kind of strange speed, or they pronounce everything too perfectly. Like, つながる場所が全然なくて、発音が正しすぎるということになっちゃうよね。So it gets a little weird. It's too perfect. So when I do recordings for testing, I don't do that. I speak much more naturally. It's a little slower, but all the joining places and all of the like differences in pronunciation I keep in there. So like I'm American, so I will change my T's into D's just because that's how they will hear it. If they hear an American, that's how it will sound. Americans don't say butter, we say butter. So they have to learn that. So it's always difficult to explain to them though. Like there's not one English. There's like 5 Englishes and all of them sound different. So really tough to learn. But
CD 音源うますぎって言われてる。
別に仕事でしてるから、時々学校、今学校で教えてるけど、他の学校のために、試験の録音をしますから、そういう声が練習しなければいけない。時々、あの学校の先生たちが、私が自然すぎるなら、あの先生たちが、いやいや、私の生たちに難しすぎるだろう。もうちょっとゆっくり、もうちょっと優しくて、それが不自然ですよ。が、私言えないから、客さんだから。
生徒がしたら自然な方が、ね、自然なの聞き取れなくなっちゃうから。
そうね。It's unfortunate, but yeah, you can't just speak full speed to, most students. Their brain turns off if they hear full speed. So, だけど私の今の中学生が、いつもフルスピードになりました。1学期でちょっとゆっくりが優しくペースで言ったけど、だんだんは速くなるが3学期で、フルスピードになります。そして中3の時が、私はすぐ英語でその生徒たちに、Oh, hey, hey, Koki, how are you doing today? が言って、びっくりしないが、I'm good, I'm okay, I'm sleepy, I'm hungry できる。
羨ましい。 環境。
聞くなら別にすぐできるけど、早く、自然のペース聞いたことないなら、すぐびっくりしてしまう。もう何もできない。何言ったになっちゃう。
高校の時に DJ がいてほしかった。
止まっちゃった。もう一回 ?3 回なそれで、グリードな高校の英語の教育はどうだった？
僕は、そうだな、もう日本の先生だけだったかも。
はい。
No native speaker, just Japanese teacher. で、発音も特にいいこともな、普通の本当にザ・日本の英語かな。
いつも文法と書くことだけ。
で、試験の時も文法が、そうさっき言った本当にCD。
そう。There are 3 balloons in the picture. Which one is red? みたいことの質問は。I hate doing that.
I hate that.
Yeah. So, DN さん, have you ever played Call of Duty with Greed? Did I? Warzone が一緒にやった
？Warzone やったかな？
覚えられない。
We've played PUBG.
Yeah, PUBG.
Fortnite and then Apex. We've never tried Call of Duty.
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
The only Call of Duty I remember was Warzone. Yeah, so that might have been maybe like once. Yeah, like one time in Warzone. 一回だけかもしれないけど、最近はヘドがちょっと一緒にやってたよね。一回だけ。いやー、ダイヤモンドフォールで止まっちゃった。
なんか今本当にね、ヘドはおかしいです。
そうよね。だんだん私も気づいた。Like I played yesterday, and I was like that close to Diamond 5, and then the next 2 matches was 3v4, and then after that match was rank unavailable, so like no rank update. And then after that, my team was Diamond 2 and Platinum, and me, Diamond 4, against like Platinum and 2 Onyx. Like, why? Why would you do that? That doesn't make any sense. It was ranked, just normal ranked. It's like, no, here's Onyx. You have to beat Onyx to get Diamond. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I want to practice, but I know ranked is broken, so like I want to play and practice and get better, but it's frustrating. It's annoying to play right now. But yeah, so we played a lot of games together, mostly battle royale games. Just because it's easier to talk in battle royale games. We have time to have a conversation. Yeah. You're looting boxes and, walking around, and you can have a chat. You can ask how their day was. But we played Left 4 Dead one time, I think. Yeah. It was me versus Rush.
Yeah. Carl and Sales.
Yeah. And Valheim as well. We played a lot of Valheim. Yeah. That was fun. So, did we do Minecraft? I think that was just other member, maybe. Maybe maybe with We Kids, you were there a couple times. Back when we were still doing with like Ragana and Gri. Yeah. Maybe a couple times. Yeah. So we played a lot of different games together. If you don't know anything about me, I was ex-pro FPS player and played fighting games in tournaments as well. Played one rhythm game in tournament as well. I play everything, so I like every kind of game. So if you have any interest in any kind of game, we can probably talk about it. I've probably played it, so we can talk about it. So feel free to ask questions about whatever. Recently, Gunfire.
Gunfire.
Yeah. So Miss Sake in chat, we always play Gunfire together. That's been a really, really, really good co-op game. So it's been a lot of fun. We'll have to play that again sometime when you want to.
Call of Duty.
Just in English.
It's gonna be super busy.
Yeah, it'll be busy, but I think at this point we can communicate fast enough to do like call outs and like chat with each other during play, I think. So maybe sometime. We might have to try it. See how fast we can communicate. That would be interesting.
I think it will happen like oh he's weak, one shot, I'm weak.
Yeah. That's the only vocabulary you need. Yeah. Like weak, push, one shot, push up, two in front. Like, that's it. So すごく簡単な英語だけ. So yeah, Scribble from Miss Sake. There's a few like apply kind of games, like English, like word games or like puzzle games that might be cool to play. Yeah. There was I've been watching on YouTube. There's a couple of YouTubers that I really like that are animators that do Gartic Phone. And that's a really neat one. I'm not good at drawing, but the drawing on Gartic Phone seems really funny to do. So maybe we could do that sometime. Yeah. But I think that'll be all for today. So I'm glad to see you remembered all of the song. It seems like you didn't forget anything. So even though we took a break for a while, so should be quick to come back.
So I was thinking, so when バスルームはトイレなんじゃないっけお風呂入ってすぎて
Yeah, when you're like in the shower or taking a bath.
シャワー
Yeah. Good, very good time to sing. Yeah. It's I'm glad you're still practicing. So we're getting close to finishing, I think, this song. So there's obviously you can always get better, but we might have to start thinking about what your next song is going to be. So maybe start thinking about that, or if you want, I can choose a song and have it be a surprise for you.
Oh, it's interesting.
Okay, well, we'll think about it. Well, I think we still have maybe a few more weeks, maybe a month on In the End, and then we'll try to learn a new song maybe.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Well, for everyone, thank you for coming to the stream. We're going to end it here for today, but thank you for all your comments in the chat and questions and everything. I'm just doing this stream just for fun. I'm not trying to become a big streamer or anything, so I'm very grateful for, the few people that show up every time. And I like it when I can chat directly to you guys easily. So a small number is kind of better for me anyway. So I hope to see you on the next one. This week I might stream some random game. We'll see if I have time. But as always, I'll put updates on the Twitter if you guys are still interested in coming in and watching. And Greed will show up here and there, and maybe we'll do some more singing, or maybe we'll play Call of Duty or something. But for now, that's it. So see you guys later. Thanks for coming.
またね。
またね。